Hey y'all. All right, this is part 2 of doula work because I talk too much apparently. Got a lot to say. Anyways, mm, before I jump in, I want to talk about the line in program that we have. This program is 30 sessions, 30 short sessions that are, a rehab movement, a breathing exercise, or some version of one of the BirthFit basic movements, visualizations, belly massage. It is all the stuff you need to be doing in the first 30 days after birth. And it applies for vaginal birth or cesarean birth. Like all the videos talk you through everything. This is our line in program. So you can start it as soon, like the next day after birth. But it gives you a video, one video, so 30 sessions, 30 videos of something to do every day for 30 days after birth. If you don't want to do 30 days in a row, you can do every other day and stretch it out to 60 days. Or you can do 2 sessions in one day, take off the next day, 2 sessions the next day, whatever. You can create your own schedule. You have access to the program. This is only 15 bucks. So be sure to check it out. It is by far like a must, necessary. All right, so birth stories. Like I said, I'm putting my birth doula calendar on timeout, and I just completed 2 amazing births over the holidays, just wrapped. So, this last one was it for quite some time. The first birth I'm talking about happened in December, and it was a second time experience for this couple, and having me as their birth doula. So this is always cool because I remember, and I have um, paperwork as to what their birth preferences and like exercises, kind of the stuff that we worked through from the first experience. Usually it's anywhere from what's happened with me has been like 12 months to 3 years apart. That seems to be the common distance when I get a second time mom. But we go through everything again because this birth is its own experience. It is unique and different in its own way. And, you know, every woman could tell you that because she probably feels different in every pregnancy. So we create a birth preference sheet with a mission statement, just like we did with baby number one. Um, it is also like I talked about and I mentioned in the first episode of doula work, how I want to like really enhance the connection between this couple and make sure they're on the same page. That's really important for this second time birth. Because often mom, dad, baby, or toddler get caught up in the shuffle and bustle of life. And I want to slow it down. I want us to get present, and I want us to like reconnect, get on the same vibes, and see what each other need. Um, because when you go from one baby where mom and dad outnumber baby, and then go 2 babies to mom and dad, you're literally one-on-one. So shit changes for real. And then when you go, what I've heard parents say, anything after 2 is just pure chaos. So it is so important to just create space in your calendar to get present and see, kind of observe and see what this birth experience and this pregnancy is calling and asking of you to step into. And yeah, the work is often not as worksheety worksheety as birth experience number one. It's a lot of reconnection and hangouts, like walks. Sometimes we get a dinner. Uh, Sometimes we, like, get together, go through some birth preference stuff, then we play a board game. Like, it's kind of all over the place. We might go, for a walk or coffee and then do a little workout together. Like, we can be as creative as we want. Um, so those are just some experiences. Yeah, so baby number 2. We need to decide if sibling is going to be at birth. So these are some logistics that I didn't mention in the first episode that we actually worked through. But like, okay, if you have a dog or any pets, who's going to be the point person on them? If this is, not baby number 1, are siblings welcome? Is sibling going to come in? How do you want that to happen? If you don't want sibling there, who's responsible? Who's the point person for big sister or big brother? Um, and we get snacks ready. Like, yes, I totally forgot this. If we get together, one of the times we get together, maybe cooking and prepping food. I do a lot of sampling while people prep. I prefer that. And ask questions. But yeah, it's really, I love second time parents because I form a bond with all of my clients, and it's just a, like, deepening and a reconnection there, and it's awesome. So yeah, this birth experience in December, I wanted to share this one because we do ask as birth workers, birth professionals, whatever, we do ask how the birth experience went, with baby number 1. Mm, we can't help it, but some people make assumptions. Um, and oftentimes, baby number 2 is going to come a wee bit earlier. Not always, but earlier. Well, that was not the case for this one. So, baby number 1, I want you to just keep this in mind, was born exactly on her due date. So now we're waiting on baby number 2, and her due date has come and gone. And the babies do that. I believe her due date was on a Monday, and mom was like feeling crampy, contractions. Not like contractions, but some cramps. Let's say like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday they started picking up, um, and then puttered off in the evening. And then Friday morning, I got up at like, probably like 4 a.m. And then I was headed to their house because mom called me and said she just threw up but was having contractions. So when you hear that, you're like, "Oh shit, I better get there," because usually throwing up is like, "Oh, we're there, we're in transition." Um, but then she called me back and said I threw up again like 3 more times. And so I said, "Have you talked to your midwife?" "Yes, I'm gonna call her right now again." Um, Called the midwife. Long story short, ended up having a little stomach bug, a 24-hour stomach bug. Um, so yeah, throwing up all day Friday, like, and diarrhea is not what you want for labor. So body stops labor because body is intelligent. Mom goes and gets an IV and ends up sleeping basically all day Friday, all day Saturday, little bit of Sunday, but took a shower, got ready. Um, Contractions started picking up. Was it Sunday night or Monday night again? I can't remember. And then, so I can't remember if it was Sunday or Monday night, but whatever night they picked back up, I was talking to them 9 or 10, and then I get a call around 5 a.m. And so heading out there. Um, I was pretty much talking to them every 2 to 3 hours that night. So I remember this, I would set my alarm for 3 hours, and if I hadn't got a call from them, I would check in with them. Because they kept saying, "No, don't come, we're fine right now." But I could tell, like, stuff was starting to pick up. Mm. So, yeah, then they did pick up. So, dad calls me and is like, "I think this is happening." Well, get in the car, head right over. Baby was born, like, not even 2 hours later. Um, and this was a awesome birth because this mom, she just shows up big time and, like, does the work. She knows what she has to do, and she gets it done. Like, that's the phrases that come in, my head whenever I think of this mom, and I've seen her labor and birth twice now. Um, it's true, like, she surrenders, she lets go, and she lets her body do its job, and it is amazing. And her husband steps right up and has got her. Like, she knows he's got her, and that's, a huge safety net. So they work really well together. They deepen their connection before, like, each birth, they really worked on their connection. Um, and so it's really awesome to see those 2 kinda navigate the birth experience, the birth dance, and, I can tell him things to do, and he's on it. He picks up really quick. Um, this mom, was laboring on the toilet forever, thought she was gonna have the baby on the toilet. Then we moved to the bed, um, and like I said, it was 2 hours, so it wasn't that long. Um, went to the bed. She was kinda, like, laying on the bed and off the bed, but, like, you could get a big ol' hip flexor stretch. You've probably done that yourself. Um, and, oh, then the feet came up. I was trying to remember this. Then the feet came her knees came up, and I was pushing her knees because she was now kind of at an incline on the bed with some pillows propped up, pressing her knees into her sacrum, like, back into her body with each contraction. It actually feels really good, like, um, people will tell me that all the time. Mm. I looked down, I know we had 2 big contractions. I looked down, and there's a head freaking about to come out. Like, before the head comes out, the, like, vagina and all the tissue starts to get, like, this poofy, like somebody's knocking at the coming through. They're coming through the door. I was like, "Oh, y'all, this is happening." She wanted to give birth in the bathtub, so literally we had to move the next contraction. The bath water was already full and got in the bathtub, and I swear to God, that baby was born, like, within 2 minutes. It was so fast. Oh, it was awesome. So I wanted to share this because in her bathtub, she had her birth mantras taped to the wall right there, and I thought that was amazing. So she could lean back, her birth mantras was right here, and dad was right here, and birth team here, and then I was backing dad up. Pretty amazing. All right. No complications, no stitches, no tears, nothing. She breathed baby down. And, like, she slowed up as much as she could when baby was crowning because, she's felt this before, has had some experiences or had some experience with this. Um, and so just slowed down and allowed baby to crown and then pushed baby out. Oh, crazy. That story is important because I want you to know how intelligent the body is. The body is going to conserve energy. It's going to do the best thing possible for itself, for this body in that particular moment. So when mom got the stomach virus, she had no energy, nothing to labor and birth. Her body said, "Nope, not today. We're locking it up. Give us 3 days." So mom literally slept, ate, slept, ate those 3 days, and showered. So that's an awesome birth story, and it just reminds me of how magnificent and intelligent the body is. Whew. All right, this last birth I was just at, I wanted to share this one because this is a first-time mom, and if you are a first-time mom and you're at all considering a home birth, consider it strongly. Like, I believe in you. I know you can. Like, I know you can birth your baby. So, like most of my clients I've known prior to them getting pregnant until the birth and beyond. So, yes, I knew this person, and her original care started out with an OB. And I could tell from her, sharing her pregnancy news with me and how excited and just pure she was in that moment, and then just being really disappointed in how somebody was handling and remarking and just like handling, I don't know a better word, but just like this is the biggest experience of her life, and how just like nonchalant the Western medical system was with her. And I know there's good people that are obese. I know there's good people that are labor and delivery nurses. Some of the people I talk to, like on the regular, are really good OBs. But I need you to know it's not them, it's a system. And it's a system run by big pharma. And that's all I'm going to say with that right now. But this woman, this new mother, was just so disappointed that she was like, I'm pregnant, and sharing the biggest news of her life. And this OB experience she had was 15 minutes, and that's it. There was no talk about how are you doing, what's your lifestyle like, what kind of birth experience would you want, how do you want to feel during your birth? You know, it's just cold and sterile. So yeah, she did some work. She showed up and did the work. And toward the end of her first trimester, she switched care and found a midwife that she really vibed with. And when she came back and told me that she was going to go midwifery route, there was a complete switch. And she said, I'm going to have my baby at home with the midwife, blah, blah, blah. And I can't tell you how powerful that moment was. And I told her that today. I said, I knew exactly when you told me that you were going to have a home birth and you switched care, I knew in that moment that it was possible. And I knew you were going to do it. Ah, it's so wild to think back on that. And just the mountain she's climbed. So she built her team. Her and her husband literally cleared out the cobwebs of their soul. Uh, they got really clear on basically their relationship, their roles in their relationship, different departments of their life, like careers. How's that? Long term, what are we looking at? That way we could approach postpartum time off with an intention. And yeah, they deepened their connection as a couple and deepened their connection with their immediate families, like his parents and her parents. And man, we had some awesome sessions at their house, and, yeah, they're like, "This is kinda like therapy, right?" I was like, "Maybe." Um, but yeah, they were funny because they were definitely the couple that was like, "I don't wanna call too early," but, um, Sunday so all last week, she had cramps, um, felt stuff happening, and, due date, by the way, is today. Whereas the birth story I just shared, second baby came and went past her due date. Um, so this one, yesterday, Sunday, I get a text and it says, "Hey, want to let you know that my mucus plug came out, and I think I might have lost some waters. It's just trickling." And she was having contractions about 10 minutes apart, but I could talk to her on the phone. Things were okay. Um, she wasn't sure if it was her water because it was just a trickle. So we were just gonna hang out. Midwife said, "Let's wait and see if we continue to leak. Let's see if it's let's check in and see if it is your water." Um, so they chilled at their house for a little bit. Contractions kind of died down, and then we all decided, okay, let's get some sleep at each of our houses while we can. And I probably slept from like 2 to 1:30. Yeah. 10, sorry, 10 to 1:30. And then I got a call at 1:30 and I headed right over there. Um when I got there or on my way there, the midwife, I don't know if I forgot if I shared this. Um Midwife called me and she's like, "Where are you at? Mom's complete." I was like, "Oh my God, like how did that happen? That happened like that." And, assumptions, first time moms, you're like, "Oh, I'm probably gonna be here like 16 hours." No. Wow, that was so fast. So and they all knew I lived a little bit out of the city, so they expected me to be the last one there. Um, but I got there, mom was laboring beautifully. Um, Midwives had stations set up. This midwife group was so organized, I loved it. Um I've loved all the midwives I've worked with. Like the last 2 births have been amazing. Um, and then, you could hear, like, inner contractions, right? Stuff starting to pick up. Like, more primal sounds. It was awesome. And, she ended up getting up and going to the bathroom because it had a door and labored in there by herself for a little bit with all of us just sitting outside in the hallway. I thought that was great because, it is like a dark private cave. Um, and then came back, sat on the birth stool for one contraction, literally, and then got on the bed, 2 pushes, baby was out. What? First push, the head came out. We noticed the cord was around baby's neck. Second push, midwife did their magic and baby came right out. Baby went immediately to mom's chest. Did you know that all other procedures and weighing of the baby, all that can wait? Baby went immediately to mom's chest. Baby went immediately to mom's chest on the previous birth I was just telling you about, which that should happen in every birth. Um, so this was awesome, and to see this couple's face and her pull the baby up, and it's like first time moms are, "Holy shit, I just did that." Like, and then the husband, the dad, his freaking mind is so blown because his beloved just gave birth to their kiddo. So cool. So freaking cool. Um, there's nothing like it. It's awesome. So I wanted to share that story because they did the work. Like both of these stories, they did the work. But with that story, I think it's so powerful to hear yourself say, I'm going to have a home birth with so and so. I'm going to have a home birth. I'm going to have a home birth. I'm going to have a home birth. Say it out loud until it resonates in your bones. And I know that's what happened to them. They built a solid team and they trusted their team and they surrendered, they let go, and they let God. Birth is truly, truly amazing. And like I said, I am honored, filled with gratitude, and just have the utmost respect for the mothers and the families and the husbands and the dads that I get to share space with. I'm about to pass out. I need some sleep. Um, I'm really gonna try to stay up till 6 p.m. So I need to figure out something to do. But I'm tired of talking. This is where I might watch mindless TV. But thank you so much for listening. Again, BirthFit podcast. Our goal is to have this as like the collective be, and stories are really powerful. And if you know somebody that needs to hear positive birth stories, share this episode with them. um, Anybody that's preparing for birth needs to hear positive birth stories. So thank you. Please, please, please do us a favor and go leave us a review over on iTunes. Subscribe, rate us, leave us a review. We will be giving away randomly t-shirts and sharing reviews on this podcast. I really want to hear what y'all have to say. Any feedback, let me know. If you have a story or you have somebody that you want me to connect with, I look forward to sharing many, many more episodes with y'all. So thank you for listening. It's good to be back. The BirthFit podcast is back. And if you want swag like the beanie I'm wearing right here, you can go to birthfit.com. We have an awesome shop, so check it out. And don't forget to check out the line and program. All right, y'all. Talk soon.